Okay guys, welcome back to another setup on Assetto Corsa. Again, we're going to be driving around Monza, again on the PS4 version of the game, but this time we're going to be driving the Lamborghini Huracan Gt3, a car that is pretty much ideal for this track. So we're going to start our lap, putting the traction control onto the weakest setting there just before we go into turn 1. We're going to look out to brake just short of the 150 again there, braking down through the gears into first gear and skimming the apex of the curb, and again on the apex of the curb, then hard on the power with the traction control still on its weakest setting. Key point there, leave on its weakest setting at this point, going through the gears, and we're going to look to brake again very similar to the Porsche, maybe a fraction earlier than what we would do with the 911 GT3R. We're going to brake just short of the bridge above us now. So attacking this corner, braking just short there, going through the gears into second gear, and then trying to swing it into this corner, lift off the throttle and back on the throttle as hard as we can. A little bit of oversteer on the exit, maybe lost two tenths or so, maybe a tenth. Going through the gears, and we're going to turn traction control off before going down into third gear, you see there. That's to give us a little bit more turning ability through these corners and a little bit more speed coming out of these faster corners. Going through in third gear, nicely done there, got a reasonably good exit there. We used quite a bit of the exit, but it gave us a nice speed going down this straight now. Going through the gears into sixth gear, and again we're going to brake pretty much on that bridge, a little bit short of where we would with the 911 though, fractionally shorter. Going through into third gear and really attack this curb with this car, and again swing it back into this curb and hard on the power. You can really attack the curbs much more than you would do with the 911. Now we're going to go through to the last corner now, and we're going to look to brake very similar to what we would with the 911 GT3, braking between the 100 and the 50. You'll see now, braking there, going down into third gear. Just be a bit more careful now before you put the throttle on, be patient before you do it, and then once the grip's there, on the power as hard as you can. Going through the gears, and we're going to go over the line for a very nice 1 minute 48.030, which is a nice lap. Probably another 3 or 4 attempts within this car on this track again. So this car probably a little bit faster than the 911 GT3 around this track. So we're going to have a little look at the setup now. Okay guys, so we're going to have a look at the setup now. So obviously with regard to brake bias, 68%, you can go higher than that, but I prefer 68 to give us some nice turning for the Lesmos. Front splitter on 1, we really want the front downforce for this car through the Lesmos, and the rear downforce only on 1. This gives us good acceleration, good top speed, and a really nice front end as well. Gearing, make sure you take down the gearing. I have adjusted that gearing from the default and it feels very nice. It is pretty much ideal for this track. It's probably the best you can get, close to the best gearing you can pretty much get for this track. It really felt nice, and it's where the big improvement came on this track. On power differential 10%, and obviously the off power 60%, but you can reduce it down to 50, a little bit low if you want, or high. It just depends how you want the car stability in the braking zones. Just remember it can affect the cornering ability of the car though. Tyre pressures as usual, lowest on the front for this track, give us a grip. A little bit higher on the rear, gives us a little bit more speed down straight. Also, you need a little bit more resistance for the power going through the corners. Camber, you can see quite low as usual for Monza. Obviously you want to get some top speed. Toe angles, we've gone a little bit lower on the front and a little bit lower on the rear. Make sure you take down the spring settings as well. They're adjusted from the default quite drastically, as on the default the rear is a lot higher. Travel range higher as usual for this track to adjust for the curbs, and the fast bump reduced to help us over the curbs. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like button. I do appreciate everyone that hits that like button. It really does motivate me to do more of these videos. And make sure you subscribe if you've liked this video, as I'll be back with plenty more setups to come. Thanks again for watching guys.